I'm a little afraid for this one because of the audio, but whatever. Right. Let me introduce myself for those who don't know. Windscar. Uh, Another 1080 video. Golden Forest. And we're gonna finally look at catch. What is it?
Opinion of his.
Check me out. Keep thinking like cash me out, catch me out, like catch me outside or something. No, check me out. Uh, has a lot of world records on here. Crazy. A lot of these guys are crazy. But we're gonna look at like kind of even worse quality, I guess. Not the gameplay, of course, or his time, but But I guess that shows you really did. But then it's like a YouTube video. But whatever. Let's watch it.
Dream
Let's play
story
it.
because of verifiable facts, but rather because
Starts.
of their subjective
I
opinion
know
of
it's a
his
little
character.
hard to see.
Too many
Oh man, this is just a little tough. But there's just like Crystal Peak. If you've seen that, there's another bump. You want to stand on the left side. Basically the same thing, except this is a little more lenient. You do a short hop over it.
people dream
Proceed.
is a
Watch the walls on the left and right side.
manipulative liar, and everything.
Alright, turns a little bit. So this requires a decent amount of practice. Um, you have to get first of all a certain angle to ride up this cliff, but you want to ride up the cliff, especially when you're by yourself. Even in two player, where the game can't handle trees for some reason, so they completely take it out. So this snow section right here in two player versus wouldn't have any trees existing, but now it does. It is still faster to go like this if everything is done right, in my opinion. But if you don't want to take too much risk, I guess you could just go right in the snow. But anyways, this angle, start going
He
up,
says is nothing.
and yourself to the left. Now, another thing, you kind of want to snake. You're gonna go left, then right a little bit, then left. You're always. I always tell myself to kind of snake slowly, or not slowly, gradually, as I ride up, because there is a wall.
But another fake
So if you go too far to the left, like if you see that wall right there, you would hit it and fall.
story to fool his gullible fan.
And then sometimes you fall off at that point, but you could still angle your board and land at least in a good way and not lose too much time. But he landed on that second part of the wall.
Base. People surely have legitimate grievances over Dream's behavior, but one thing is for certain.
Now, let's play that again.
Says is nothing but
Again,
another
he
fake
kind of
story
snakes
to
there
fool his
too,
gullible fan base.
but I like
People
snaking
surely
there.
have legit.
It's gonna require many attempts. Do not expect this on the first try, but it is not super bad if you're dedicated. Now here, now as soon as you land,
To many people, Dream is a
So
manipulative liar, and everything he
so we're
says
past
is
the
nothing
snaking
but
part,
another
you
fake
ride
story
that.
to fool his gullible fan base.
He jumps. I hear the. I don't jump, but regardless, when you're falling off, as you fall, you want to angle your board to match the floor level. Otherwise, you want to feel and test what that good angle is, so you don't fall. You might have to press Z.
People surely have legitimate
Now this log,
grievances.
you can't, you cannot just go on top of it. So
Dreams.
he does a short hop at a super precise angle. I like to do a big jump. So what I actually
Dream is
do
a
is
manipulative liar, and everything he
that's
says
the
is
snaking.
nothing but
Whenever I
another
might
fake
fall off,
story to
angle
fool
my
his
board.
gullible fan base.
He
People
jumps a little
surely
bit.
have
After, okay, I skipped over it again, but as soon as I land, I hold A, or like a second, a split, a half a second after I land, I hold A until I'm close. I hold A and Z actually until I am close to that log, and then once I am close to that log, then I let go of A, And then
legitimate grievances over dreams
as soon
behavior.
as you land, you have like a second and a half or something to keep turning without. You could touch a wall. There's like a second and a, I don't know, a second and a half or less that you could keep turning, and if even if you touch the walls, you will not fall. But eventually, once that time is up, you will fall. So basically, Z, hold A. You'll hear me go when I finally like play, and then as soon as you get past that log and land, you want to keep turning so you position yourself in a better position.
One thing is for certain.
And then you have to watch out for these
Most
walls.
people are dreadfully misinformed. If you want to cast doubt on Dream's story, that's completely have legitimate grievances over Dream's behavior.
Like I said, it
One
might
thing is
show
for
up in
certain.
that.
Most people are dreadfully.
So that right wall, you have to be careful because the edge of it is like a point. Maybe sticking in the. I don't know if it's sticking on the ground, but there's a point where if you just tap it, boom, you fall.
Misinformed. If you want to cast doubt on Dream's story, that's completely fine.
This is very important as well.
Dream's behavior.
There's three
one
trees.
Thing is for certain. Most people are
when you do trial and error, I could give advice right now, but do trial and error is really what you want to go. But you want to stay in this like blob of snow in the middle.
Misinformed.
So he gets past the first one. He's on the very edge too of the wall, but it's like very precise micro movements.
If you want to cast doubt on Dream's story, that's completely fine, but it should be Dream's behavior. But one thing is for certain. Most people are dreadfully misinformed.
We'll just have that little...
If you want to cast doubt on Dream's story,
it's harder to tell, but there's this path he's going on. It's like a more straight path. If you go too far to the right, you're gonna hit that log. It's a really bad spot. If you're on the left, you can fix yourself still, but you have to be careful with the wall.
That's completely fine, but
you see, like, there's less snow and the wall, like over on this left side, right? So if you went too far left, you just have to be ready for it and angle yourself a little better. It's just, that's why he's more on the right side of the trees and not the left, because then it gets a little harder and you don't want to crash. Now,
could be done with
he's past log 1.
An educated
short hop over log 2. Go straight
when
pretty much.
Just
this
how much
is not too bad.
Information was
micro movements.
I knew this story was much more complex than it seems. I decided
you don't have to do a fancy thing, but it makes it through.
Deep. Very deep.
And I want to say,
behind everything.
Right here, he doesn't hold Z too much. This is the tricky part. What I do in that path is I don't hold Z. I just work on my angles.
Is that he is shy about it. Very deep.
Now let that play one more time.
And uncover the true story behind everything.
I think he pressed Z there.
Of a lot of things.
I don't even press Z.
One thing you never say is that he is shy
about
answering tough questions. As part of my investigation,
this is the tricky part. You want to get to the left side of this log. You could ride it and you don't lose as much time, so that'll be your second option. Going to the right, it's not super bad, I want to say, but
access to everything.
He was in between, and this takes practice too, like memorization, like what kind of angle you could go. But
a lot of things. But one thing you can never say is that
this part's not really nothing to write home about.
As part of my investigation, Dream gave me access to.
So not too much of an input here, right? He's kind of ready for that turn. You have to be ready for this turn beforehand. That's for sure.
Everything.
And once you're like in about this position, you don't have to angle yourself anymore, or if it's already going slightly to the right, you could let it be like that. You don't have to make much inputs.
The developer that Dream claimed,
because that that left side that you just saw past him, that little wall, that's the tricky
created
part.
the mod that
This
alters the
isn't
drop
super
rates.
bad.
I know who they are,
You
and
make
I've
your way
spoken with
to
them.
the
The
right
Harvard astrophysicist
walls,
that lies at the
and right here, okay, right here he jumps, but you could get closer if you need to. I like doing a big jump, I think, and you have to remember, like, you want to jump towards more the right of this tree that's straight in front of him.
center of 1,000 conspiracy
And then you want to press
theories.
Z on the snow.
I know who they...
And again, this takes a lot of practice. Now you see that log up ahead? You want to try to ride it, but you have to... The only way you can make it past this log is, one, you have to angle yourself at a good angle. Two, 9 times out of 10, you have to hold Z the whole way. So how do you even make that? Well, with precision, you have to keep ever so slightly adjusting your stick. Like, you have to keep wobbling in a way where, like, once you finally get on there, you're not going to make much of an input. Your guy could just go pretty much straight. Because if you try jumps halfway through or something, or like a big turn, it's not going to work. It's just going to make you fall. And I don't trip about not getting it every single race. Just try to work on it though. Maybe save state.
are, how Dream found them. I've read the emails they sent back and forth.
Micro movements.
I even know how much they were paid. I've read center of 1,000 conspiracy theories. I know who
Jump,
they are,
micro
how Dream
movements,
found
keep
them.
holding Z.
I've read the emails they sent back and forth.
He's
I
just
even
going
know
straight,
how
let
much
it land. Press Z when you land right
they
here.
were paid.
And now you can let go of Z as soon as you land, just to angle yourself. This wall isn't as sensitive in the beginning, so you could... What I like to do is I go on and off Z so I could get close to this wall.
Between Dream and the moderators immediately following his cheated streams. I've interviewed credible witnesses. I've had lengthy discussions with Minecraft...
Now, he's taking this slope, right? On the right side, you have to stare at that point in the wall on the right side. You see that point?
Moderators.
His hand just passed it. You have to be ready to, like, you eye that point and then you do a sharp turn like he's doing right now.
And so much more.
And now right here, you're gonna get behind this first tree without touching the second one. It looks harder than it is. It's not super bad.
Conclusion may not ultimately change, and
it's like very micro movements. Oh, excuse me, second tree.
Not my job to convince you either way, but one thing
right is... Now the snow pushes you, so you can't be too far on the left, or snow pushes you, or like it's a weird cliff properties.
For sure, you do not know the full story.
So you want to stay on the right just a little more once you finally make it on there.
Your conclusion may not ultimately change, and it's not my job to convince you either way.
Right behind there, you can touch the brushes. You just can't touch the... I don't know how to say it. The branch. I guess the brushes are the branches, but the stem of the tree? I don't know. You just can't touch the tree. You can touch its branches, not the tree.
One thing is for sure.
He's on the right side a little slightly more.
And things that you take for granted as being true are blatantly false.
Still holding Z. Now this is another tricky part.
Forget every other video you've
So he hugs that left side. You don't have to be that precise.
Seen on
but very important.
This topic.
Right here, he let go of Z. Let go of Z around right here. Don't hold Z anymore.
I am the one person who knows.
I don't know if you should press Z when you land here, or you could just let it go, but you don't want to hold Z to go faster at that section that I told you to.
More than anyone else on the planet.
There
in
you
this
could
video,
get
we will cover
Z.
everything.
Now, I've had decent practice with this one. I'm still going to mess up, but I think I can nail the important stuff. And the most important thing I'd say, once you like finally get down to practicing, is not dying. Seriously. I this one personally, I practice like crazy. I mean, I still almost died in two-player plenty of times, but I don't know if it's because like the frames or the characters, hiatus, a bunch of factors. Another thing, like every single time you play it, it's not going to be perfect.
Golden Forest. Ready? Go!
Jump over. I'm going to try really hard. Oh my god. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Start going up here again, snaking a little bit. I'm not jumping. Wow. Your man's is rusty, but whatever. You get the bases. Stay in this little patch of snow. I did go on the left, but no big deal. Jump. You don't have to press Z right away when you jump. And since I'm messing up, that means you guys shouldn't feel bad when you mess up. Again, I don't hold Z there. Get ready for this log. Still holding Z right there. I didn't make an input. I just kept it at a right angle. I guess it's this way for you guys. I have to wash my hands with this camera. Stay to the right of this wall. Retreat. Jumped a little late. Probably not going to hit this log. Not going to hold you up. Yeah, my speed was too slow, but it's okay. You guys can just practice that on your own. A little more precise. Like, find the snow. Remember that point I told you guys about? Tried it. Not super bad. See if I can at least get this part down. Jeez. Let go of Z right here. That was a bad time. Push one more time without talking. Whatever. All day. Oh my! How did I not land that? Like I said, you guys don't have to get super like tight about it though. Because me, like I tried like a million times though. Look at that, like 22, 32. Oh boy, I didn't die though. I almost did. I didn't die. Sometimes I like look at his head to make sure like I can react to the angles I'm going, but okay, I should have did a bigger hop there. Screw the log. You know, I should have did a bigger hop. Screw it. Point. See? Near the tree. See, I'm fighting to go to the right a little more. As soon as I land, turn. See that?
Nice try.
I had to do a little better for you guys. Just a little bit. Alright. But hey, we made that, what is it, that beginning, like, mountain ride. Alright, hold on. It wasn't too shabby right there. Did hit the tree though. Where, again, whole day. But screwed up the landing somehow. I thought at least we should have hit that, but that's okay. Stay in that patch. We're gonna move on to Dragon Cave. See you in